Now, the Royal Bank of Scotland is being accused of deliberately pushing some of its business clients to destruction in order to buy their assets cheaply and make a profit. The allegation isn't new, but there are new documents supporting the claims, which a whistleblower passed to the BBC and the online news site BuzzFeed. RBS has denied in the past deliberately causing its clients to fail. Dewi Preece has this report.
It's a story that goes back to the height of the financial crisis, when the UK government bought 79% of RBS shares for just under $73 billion. According to the leaked documents, RBS was then under pressure from both the British government and its regulators to reduce its exposure to property loans, increase its capital reserves, and make more money. This created an environment where the so-called Project Dash for Cash was devised within RBS. The aim was to incentivize pushing its small and medium-sized enterprise clients into their troubled business unit, known as the Global Restructuring Group. Once there, companies were hit with crippling fines, fees, and interest rate hikes, pushing many of them into insolvency. RBS's own property division, West Register, would then buy the businesses at rock-bottom prices before selling them at a profit. This would not only convert its risky property loans into assets worth millions of dollars, but would also increase its capital reserves and overall revenue. The leak revealed that around 16,000 firms were forced into the restructuring unit after the financial crash, including care homes and children's centres. When confronted with the leaked evidence last week, RBS admitted it hadn't always met its own high standards, letting some customers down. But it continued to deny deliberately transferring businesses to the restructuring group or driving them to insolvency.
I think certainly with the benefit of hindsight, we know the British government should have done a much better job on regulation of not just RBS, but all the British banks. But I think in this particular instance, I actually don't think if these claims are actually proven to show that RBS is guilty in this case, I think this is more an issue not so much of government regulation, but rather just a bank culture which really just encouraged rogue, if not criminal, behaviour. You know, this was actually denied by bank employees, by the heads of these departments, in front of politicians on multiple occasions. These documents suggest that this was deliberate malpractice. We know from since the financial crisis there's been almost none criminal charges against individuals for bad behaviour, and I suspect that trend is going to continue here. But for the bank as a whole, it can add this situation to a long list of regulatory fines. I suspect the US has been its problem government number one of late because of its mis-selling of mortgage-backed securities. But the British government could soon become a problem because this genuinely affected British businesses, and we had personal accounts that this was going on dating back 3 years ago. But now that we have what looks to be a bit more proof, you know, I think the public opinion on this is going to be pretty bad, and I think that public opinion is going to have to force politicians to come down on RBS. Unfortunately, I don't suspect this will be the last instance of this kind of thing, because just a fine against a bank doesn't stop the individual behaviour.